All right, welcome back. Star Wars Racing Incorporated and Lord X7 right behind me, as always. He's always in the picture. So we're gonna continue with our series, which started last night, as a matter of fact. But since this is a special series, we're gonna put it hopefully just on YouTube. Most of it just on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Star Wars Racing. And the idea is just to share with you the whole journey of preparation for the SCCA National Championship, the Runoffs, that's a more famously known for. So, but yeah, that's the National Championship every year. It's the biggest race of the year for us, and it's something that I always dream about going. And I went last year for the first time, so that was pretty exciting. And now I'm hooked on it, and I'm gonna try to make as many as I can. It's gonna be a little tough this year, but I think we put things. I raced a little less this year, so I could save some money because I know things are a little tougher. So anyway, so this is the journey for my team, Star Wars Racing Incorporated. We are basically a very low money, very low budget team. So we're gonna share how we do things in a low budget way, and also some of the things that we've learned, and just how to start preparation. Preparation is key in racing, of course, right? So so yeah, let's do update number 2. Today is what, Wednesday, I think. Yep, so Wednesday, and Lord X7 back here looking good, still looking blue. We are gonna be painting again, going back to the black. So anyways, so we're all done back here. Yesterday we were showing how the sponge was back here, was in horrible condition. A lot of yellow was in because the sponge was obviously yellow, and it was just so loose, and it was all over the tank. So put the new ones today. Well, got all the fuel out of the tank. Thankfully I didn't have that much, so it was pretty easy to finish. Took this off, of course. That's how I showed that yesterday. And so we got let me get a screwdriver we can get in there, so I can show you the progress going on in there, and then we're gonna come back here to the table. But anyway, so yeah, starting the Runoffs preparations. Basically, truly started this week. So I have other home projects, but basically, you can see the new sponge down there. It's hard to see, but basically you fill up the entire area so the fuel doesn't start moving around like that. I believe it's actually a requirement of SCCA, but anyways, I always take care of it anyways. So we got a new sponge down there, looking good. Everything came out real nice here. It's nice and fit. Also, we changed the pickup. Put a new filter element on the pickup, on the duct that goes on the bottom, the orange thing, they call it the duct. And so that goes in there, and put a new one in there. Looked really nice. So really happy. This is all set back here now, looking good and ready to go. Took care of a lot of stuff back here. Fuel pickup, this is all cleaned up from last race weekend, so we're good to go. All right, new fuel pump. So that was done before. So next thing I was working on was my oil line right there. Basically now, as you can see there, it's all nicely and horizontal when it comes out of the front cover of the rotary engine. So it's going nicely and even horizontally to my external filter here, and then this goes to the oil cooler. But before, that thing was going like a roller coaster all the way up, and we're pretty sure that was causing us some issues with oil and oil overflow. So that's all done. Also put a new bolt here on my alternator. The other one was too long, so it wasn't closing all the way in, so I cut it out so that's long enough. Put one washer in front of it, so it's really nice and tight, so the alternator doesn't have any wiggle at all. It was pretty good before, but now it's really nice and tight. So that's those two things. This was really important, so that's done. Also lower this guy. This guy used to be obviously higher here, just lower it down, so it's now pretty much at the same level horizontally with the pickup. So that should be all good now. The other thing that was due today was just changing pads. And as you usually every race weekend, because my old ones are gone, so I knew I needed to replace them, and so you can see the new ones in here. But what I do every race weekend is, even though, you know, obviously we bleed the brakes every race weekend, but then the other thing is that you want to flip-flop the pads every weekend, basically, you know, every weekend you go race. So, and that's usually a good time to also just inspect your caliper and your piston. And then yeah, this side was perfect, really nice. I had changed everything in here before, you know, the seal for the piston, but the other side was crushed and was definitely leaking. Not a whole lot of leak, because I've not even seen it before last weekend that I raced, but it was leaking just a little bit, had just a little bit of hole. So anyways, this is what's left of it. So look at that, it was definitely beat up. So we had the set, you know, the caliper repair kit, so we repaired that, took care of it, put the new pads in, and we're looking good on the right side as well. New set of these with the new clip and everything new. Clean it up, looked really nice. Here's the old pads. A couple of them are not terrible, like, you know, but a couple of these are actually pretty, you know, you can see they're lower. I mean, they got a little bit, but, you know, in racing, of course, we want to have premium, best braking and best everything as best as you can, especially other runoffs. So we're gonna run the new brakes at Daytona hopefully next weekend. Break them in, beat them in, and it should be nice and ready to go for the runoffs. You know, we'll keep these as emergency backups. So that's what's going on there. And here's the right side. That's where we had a little more work. But there we got the DTCs in there again. And this is nice and solid now. Nice and solid. And no issue now with these brakes. Now we have to put a little more fluid. And now we should be good to go. So we spent most of the night working on the fuel tank thing. This is from yesterday. I'm just in love with this because what I had was really terrible. And this came out really good. It's a much secure setup for the battery. That's the main thing, you know, you just don't want the battery to go anywhere in case of an accident. In the old setup, I have some really thin bolts going, you know, through to secure the base, and the other thing was kind of plastic, so, you know, obviously, you know, kind of held it in there, but this is definitely, you know, thicker bolts to hold them to the body. This is much thicker. This is really tight, so I'm really happy with that. That came out really, really good. So that's what's going on here in preparation. We still got some stuff to do, of course. We're going to be working on this body work here. We're going to take this off, work on that. You know, it's just a little cosmetic stuff. We also got the fan. Where's the fan? I don't know where I put the fan. The fan's somewhere. We got to install the driver fan. It's going to go in here. Is it in there? I don't know where I put it. But yeah, we're going to put the fan probably here. But, you know, we're still going to check it out. And then, you know, just run the hose in my direction. So Daytona's going to be hot. So I'm going to have that ready to go. And also we can use that to, whenever it rains, you know, run the air that way. So that's also a good way to do that. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So we got also the wire mesh there for the front grille. This is the really nice one. I showed that last night. So we got that to do. What else is in here? This is my alternator. Oh, here's some. Oh, here's the fan. Oh yeah, I put some of the stuff over here. So got the fan here, ready to go. Also got to fix this. I'm gonna use this painted red because my fire system is a push type, and sort of the guide kind of broke up. So I have to replace it. I'm gonna put this one on, you know, paint it red and make sure I mark it. And I fixed the other one in the meantime to make sure it was functional, and that wasn't gonna go anywhere. even though it looks kind of like that, but it's got a pin through it, so it's not gonna go anywhere. And it's a push type, so but still, since it's push, it just needs to be, has a pin in there, and it's pretty good. It's wired up as well, but you can see it's kind of loose, so we're gonna just replace it with the other one, paint it up, make sure we have a nice solid, a fire suppression push thing. So just got this at Advanced Auto. We're gonna take care of that. So that's what's going on the list for the moment. So that's what we're gonna be doing here, and that's the update for today. It's Wednesday. I don't know what time it is. 10:30. All right, so we're gonna close the shop now. I'm getting tired, but really happy with the finding out the issue with the caliper. You don't want to be at the track when that happens, especially at Daytona, where you're going as fast as you ever go on the straights there. So we're all good. We're all set with the tank. That came out pretty good, and we're gonna race this last time with the blue. We'll come back from Daytona. We are gonna go ahead and take care of paint job again, going back to the dark side of the force. So anyways, that is what's going on right here. You guys stay safe, stay healthy. This is what's happening here at Star Wars Racing Incorporated. Runoffs Preparation.